Brown, Senator Barrasso, and Senator Whitehouse, so that members know the order. Senator Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Madam Secretary, nice to see you again. And whenever I see you, I think about the most important work I've done in this body and your help with that, the child tax credit, and how you made such a difference in 2 million families of 2 million children in my state and 60 million around the country. So thank you. I'll always be indebted to you for that. I want to ask you about something that I don't agree with you so much, and that's about the proposed Treasury regs that hurt my state dealing with production tax credit for clean hydrogen. I walked in and heard much of what Senator Carper was talking about, and I want to echo his concerns about 45V, the proposed rules, what happens when people in Washington who so often don't know, have no idea about the real world impact in states like Ohio and Michigan and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin make policy. Ohio's Appalachian Hydrogen Hub, or ARCH2, received Department of Energy grant. Done right, this hub can help create thousands of good paying jobs. The problem, as we've talked, is that Treasury's hydrogen regulations work against this DOE-supported project, not for it. 45V proposals undermine the good work done by DOE and, frankly, this Congress. Treasury regulations would eliminate grandfathering for projects built by 2028 by requiring them to switch to hourly matching. I don't want to bore my colleagues, but when you build a hydrogen facility, you must decide from the start whether you're qualifying for the credit using the annual matching system everyone already uses or whether you're using a brand new untested hourly matching system. You can't just flick a switch down the road and flip from one to the other. To be clear, the administration must change course on this. My question, Madam Secretary, will you revise the Treasury regulations to support the Appalachian economy, an economy that's so often left behind by presidents of both parties, and as a compromise allow taxpayers to continue operating their projects in the same manner as before and after any transition date?
So the Treasury guidance that we issued in the NPRM on 45V was developed through extensive consultation with external stakeholders and with experts at the Department of Energy and EPA. And the objective here was to advance the production of hydrogen with all the benefits it offers in the United States, but to make sure that there are environmental safeguards. And many companies are moving forward with projects that include the safeguards. We've asked for comment on various provisions. We've heard concern about hydrogen hubs and how they will be treated under this regulation. We welcome feedback, and we'll listen to the input we get as we revise the regulations.
Well, thank you. Still isn't good enough, but we'll continue the discussions with you and other agencies until we get this right. Additional concerns, Mr. Chairman, about the 3 pillars under 45V, which I'll submit as questions for the record. If I want to talk about 45X, I want to ask about another credit critical to the future of manufacturing. That's the 45X Advanced Manufacturing Tax Credit. Our tax code must support American manufacturers building out genuine domestic supply chains. We shouldn't give the Chinese Communist Party the chance to exploit tax credits designed to support genuine American manufacturing. I'm working with colleagues from both sides of the aisle to tighten restrictions on the 45X credit to ensure that taxpayer money isn't going to Chinese companies and other the term foreign entities of concern. I'm glad Senator Langford mentioned this earlier. As you prepare 45X regs, will you ensure that companies connected to connected to foreign entities of concern can't just import, here's what they do, import foreign parts, qualify for the credit by merely doing the assembly here? Will you ensure that those companies can't do that?
Well, the company is supposed to receive the credit only if they were producing in the United States. The purpose is to benefit U.S. workers and to onshore supply chains. And so we will try to put in effect rules that accomplish that There are anti-abuse provisions that if there really is essentially no production in the United States, that I think would capture that,
that's-
but we
thank you.
will be
That's-
sensitive to that
And that's
issue.
way more than just the assembly made from parts overseas when the intellectual property stays overseas and all that. 15 more seconds, if I could, Mr. Chair, about the House tax bill. I know that the Chairman Wyden negotiated that in good faith, brought Senator Crapo and others into the negotiations. We all knew what was going on, passed the House 357 to 70. Only 3 Democrats on the Ways and Means Committee voted no. All the Republicans voted yes. It expands the child tax credit, protects residents of my community, East Palestine, Ohio, from a tax bill. It contains low-income housing tax credit, really supports American manufacturing with R&D. I will submit a question about what those benefits are if we pass that, and thank the chairman for his work on
I
that.
thank my colleague, and as much as I'd like to continue the conversation, Senator Barrasso, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Secretary, thank you. Just came from the Energy Committee where we're discussing energy for America, which is affordable, available, and reliable for the American people.